We need to think of a new advert for freebets.com.
Get your best betting offers from freebets.com.
Yeah, that'll do.
The following deals are now live.
Matt Lenihan Boxing Social in association with freebets.com, Forged Irish Stout, Empire Fight Store and Ready to Fight. We're here. John Fury. John, I appreciate you giving us some of your time. I spoke to you a little bit before I went away to Saudi Arabia. Before we talk boxing, good Christmas, good New Year?
Yeah, quietly away. I do the same thing in my off-grid living. You know, getting a bit of fresh air, getting a bit of proper food. Can't complain. I do what I do. Lonesome guy. That's the way I like it.
You like it like that, don't you?
I like a bit of solitude, yeah. You know, I like my own company. Me and my dog. Bit of off-grid. Give me a nice bit of woodland, a few frosty fields, and I'm buzzing.
Absolutely. Well, look, before Christmas, we were having a talk about the day reckoning card coming up. Tyson preparing for Undisputed. We're less than a month away now from Undisputed. Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk. As it grows closer, do you get nervous, excited? How do you sort of feel as time gets closer to fight night? Does your mood change at all, or how do you sort of prepare mentally for it?
Not really, because of you know, if you can handle things locked behind a door with no TV, waiting for a phone call the next day, you know, getting excited for me now, it's out the window, that, because like I say, I'm a vet. I'm an old man. I've seen that much of it. You know, I just want to see a great fight. And I just want to see men prepare properly, do what they're supposed to do. You know, take it seriously on both sides, and let's see a great fight. I'm sure we will.
Well, the two elite level athletes.
Yeah.
Tyson, I know we spoke before and we referenced the preparation for Ngannou, and you were very adamant, look, needs to be better for this man. It can't be like last time. Between the last time we spoke and now, have you sort of took any encouragement from what you've heard about, I don't know, Tyson's camp? Are you happier this time round?
Well, you know, like I say, I'm not going to keep banging on about it and running over it, because what's been said. You know, I just hope, you know, they smell the coffee and do what they need to do, you know, and like I say, whether they can do what needs to be done, we're going to see, aren't we? They're going to fight now anyway. I'm not going to put any dampers on anything. I'm not going to spoil anything. We're going to see, aren't we, on the 17th of February, what they're all about. You know, and that's going to be a spectacle. I just want to know, and I hope that both men's prepared properly. You know, they know what's in front of them. They know the size of the game. They know what's at stake. It's the richest prize in sport. You know, and the winner, you know, will go on to be an Hall of Fame great and go down in history for a long time. They're already in history. This will send them straight up out of orbit, won't it, basically? You know, but listen, I'm not going to bang on about it. They need to know at this level what it entails. You know, if they've got that right, and I'm sure they have, because maybe this is what they want, to kick up the backside from last time. Yep. You know, but I'm taking nothing away from Francis Ngannou. He fought out of his skin. 100%. He did really, really well. Yeah, we can say Tyson was this, Tyson was that. It's not the best I've ever seen him, by far. But Ngannou, he played his part well. And big things have come of it for Francis Ngannou. He's fighting AJ. So good luck to the kid. Good luck to AJ. But the big GK's opened the door, and his other men's walked straight through it. To the land of milk and honey. Well, again, put on the table by the Gypsy King.
Well, he has. He's done a lot.
He's done that from the word off, though, hasn't he?
He's done a lot in his career. But when you look, but in terms of obviously accolades and belts, I mean, he's had every one. Oh, yeah. But in terms of opening a door, he's done this.
Credit for doing it, haven't you? And I'm sure them other fighters will say, you know what, Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King, thank you very much for making us rich, because he has done, hasn't he? Yeah. You know, good luck to him. But what's going to be is going to be, isn't it? You know, and I'm one of them kind of people at my stage of the game. I'm an old man. I'm a vet of the boxing BS, let's say, and let the best man win on the night. That's how I'm looking at it.
Okay, in terms of the fight itself then, forgetting everything else we spoke about, preparation, you know Tyson Fury at his best. Tyson Fury at his best and Oleksandr Usyk at his best. How does this fight play out?
If if Tyson can produce what I know he can, he'll stop Usyk. It'll be his easiest night. But
The easiest night.
it'll be his easiest night. Yeah, because he's been in with some ferocious punches. You know, he's been in with Ngannou, probably the hardest hitting heavyweight in the world on record. You know, he hits the floor, gets back up again. So what Usyk's bringing in the power department, he's used to anyway. You know, but if he can just get 70% of what he usually does, the old Tyson, it'll be enough. You know. But listen, but if he hasn't, well, it'll be a Usyk night, won't it?
You know, Tyson, if Tyson goes on to, and I'm not looking past this fight. Look, this is, you know, the creme de la creme in terms of this sport, the undisputed crown. Yeah. But if Tyson is to achieve this, I know he always says, look, undisputed, I've had every belt anyway, kind of thing. But if he does achieve this now, I know there's a rematch clause and stuff, but do you think, and I suppose it's one for him to answer this, but in terms of how you know him, you think the hunger will be there to have other fights and carry on fighting if he gets past Oleksandr Usyk?
Why not, you know, and at the end of the day, you know, the Saudis have opened that door, haven't they? They've given him hope. They give him goals to achieve, and there's plenty of goals to achieve out there. You know, but he's... all I can say, I wasn't impressed last time with anything the camp did. I've said it, I'll stand by it. But maybe that's what they needed. You know,
a wake-up call.
A wake-up call. That kick up the backside saying, hang on, this is not good enough. And Tyson's intelligent enough to know his own self. He's not a fool, but he goes along with stuff, Tyson, for peace. And in this world, you can't do that. You know, because people don't like to be told that they're not doing it the way he wants it doing. You know, but all he needs to be is fit and strong, Tyson. And what's in him will come out of him. And his ability and his mindset, you can't compare it to no other heavyweight. You know, and I think that'll see him through. You know, because we're all saying this and saying that about Usyk, you know, but he's not fought Tyson, has he? And if Tyson comes in somewhere near his best, you're going to see a spectacle. I hope that's the case. Like I say, they need to impress the hell out of me this time. Because if they didn't last time, and I tell you what, if they turn him out in that condition, again, well, line him up and shoot him.
Well, look, we've not got long to wait, and we'll see what condition everyone is in as it gets down to the weigh-in. But in terms of what else has been made, you just mentioned Saudi Arabia there. I mean, before, I heard you reference it in a previous interview, don't know who it was with, but we see these fights take months and months to get made. These lot go, right, this is what's happening. You lot are fighting, this is what we want, pay you really well, bang, done. And now we've got Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou. First off, let's just rewind a little bit. Day reckoning, we spoke before that card, and Otto Wallin, you know, very tricky southpaw. Anthony Joshua came in. Anthony Joshua came in under Ben Davison, first fight under Ben, and it was destructive, calculating. What did you make of his performance?
Well, you can only commend him, can't you? He looked hard and fast, focused, determined, and that was enough to make Otto Wallin have a meltdown. You know, and what can you say? He did what he had to do. You know, he put the fear of God in Otto Wallin. That wasn't the same gutsy Wallin who fought Tyson. But that's, if you can do that, if you've got the capable in your armour to do, if you've got that kind of effect on people, well, good on you, innit? But whether or not he crapped himself or not, which he did, Wallin, AJ done his stuff. He looked a different fighter. You know, he looked like he wanted it. He looked like he was on a mission. Got the job done. He come out banging hard and fast. He looked great. Good luck to him.
Was that the best version of Anthony Joshua we've seen for a long time?
Well, I couldn't really. You can't really.
Or is it hard because of
Otto?
Otto?
The other man didn't want to fight. You know, he had it all his own way. But looking at him, if the other man did want to fight, the outcome would have still been the same. AJ would have knocked him out quicker. You know, because when a man's trying to fight back, they get chin quicker. But he just had one look at AJ, seen he was focused. You know, and absolutely, well, piled it, didn't he? But that's nothing to do with AJ. You can only beat what's in front of you. But he did. He looked spectacular, and good luck to him.
We're now looking at Joseph Parker, who's got a fight with Zhilei Zhang. I mean, throwback fighter. Joseph Parker, I mean, he goes the ups, the downs, and he's like, yep, let's go again. He's just beaten. I mean, we spoke about Parker and Wilder, and we were a bit like, you don't know, but let's talk about that, because there's a lot of people going in there who are writing Joe Parker. And I spoke to Joe in the week, and I was like, you know what, he's bouncing into fight week. He looked in probably the best shape I've seen him in a long time, and kept out the way of the right hand, caused Wilder a lot of problems. Talk to me about Joseph Parker and his performance. He's put himself right back in there again.
Well, to be honest with you, I did say that he was a younger, fresher man, and if he had the movement, he can cause problems. Admitting that wasn't the Deontay Wilder that fought Tyson. He couldn't set nothing up. He had no legs under him. He couldn't set the right hand up. He looked mentally disturbed before he got in the ring, because on the ring walk, his eyes rolled in his head and he saw all the whites of his eyes. I thought, what the hell's going on here? You know, but listen, Joseph Parker done what he had to do. You know, Wilder can be dangerous even when he's not trying. You know, and at the end of the day, he was in the right place at the right time. He just looked shot to pieces, Wilder, but taking nothing away from Joe Parker, he done what he had to do. And he's moved on to an higher level again, hasn't he? He's right back in the mix.
Do you think after his fights with Tyson that Deontay, do you think he's taken a bit out of him?
Oh, he's done this. Tyson's finished him. Tyson's finished him. Them 3 fights, and I don't think he's ever going to be the same again. Because don't forget, his skull's wafer thin, isn't it? Where Tyson's cracked it. You know, it's like a cracked egg. Can never be perfect. But, you know, everybody comes to the end of the career, don't they? Maybe it was one night too many for Deontay Wilder, which it was. But good luck to Joe Parker. He's right in the mix. And he's got a dangerous fight coming up as well.
Well, let's just touch on it, because there's not many people, unless you have to, who are going to be wanting to fight Big Bang Zhang. You know, tricky southpaw, hits like a mule. We saw what he did to Joe Joyce, who's got this, you know, this unbreakable chin, and he's been in there and, you know, done a job on him twice in an impressive fashion.
Look what Joyce done to Parker.
Exactly. So, but then obviously Joe's then gone on and
do this.
Yeah. What do you think of it?
Well, it's a great story, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a great story. Because he fought Jack Massey, didn't he, in Manchester?
He did, went the distance.
He went the distance with Jack Massey. It shows you how good Jack Massey is. You know, they want to look at Jack Massey in another light. But taking it to where we're at now, Big Bang Zhang, he's a danger man, isn't he? And he can punch and he wants it. And Zhang will turn up because he's a vet, and I do like Zhang.
Yeah.
I do like him. He's a proper fighting man. He's a giant. He's getting on in years, but he can crack, and he's a southpaw. Props to Joe Parker. I know he's getting well paid, but he deserves to be.
Yeah,
so
100% challenge after challenge. Look, we mentioned Joshua and the door that had been opened for Ngannou after his performance. What do you make of this? After seeing what you've seen from Francis, I know we've talked about preparation for Tyson, but we know what Francis can bring to a fight now. Him and Anthony Joshua. I mean, I can't believe we're even saying this is happening, but it's happening. What do you make of it? Because it's, could you imagine if Francis was to pull this off? He'd go from fighting Tyson Fury to fighting Anthony Joshua to then potentially fighting, you know, the winner of that for Undisputed. Like, just talk to me about it. Like.
I'll be honest with you. You can't write Ngannou off. He proved that against Tyson. He has got power. You know, he's a strong kid. He's built. You know, and if he comes wanting to win, if he comes with desire and determination, he's a problem for any heavyweight in the world. It's been proven. But I say this much. What a mouth-watering spectacle. But I do know one thing. If Ngannou tags AJ, he'll not recover so quick.
You think if he hits him similar to how he did Tyson, that's done? Catches
him flush. He goes down AJ and he don't get up so good, does he? You know, and Ngannou is a different man to Andy Ruiz Jr. He's a massive man. I've been up close to him. 19.5 stone, 6'6", solid, and believes in himself. But again, is AJ going to work his magic and make Ngannou need a brown pair of trousers? You don't know. He did it to Otto Wallin, didn't he? He might have that same effect on Ngannou.
Yeah. And
if he does, AJ will knock him out.
It's going to be interesting to see. Look,
but don't write him off. That big lad. They're both from the same area, aren't they, I think? In Africa.
Nigeria.
They're both from there. AJ's a distant from Nigeria, and so is he. There's a bit to prove there, isn't there?
He's too big,
strong,
two strong
two
men.
Behemoths, cracking each other. I can't think of no better. You know, whoever wins, you know, but again, you've got to take Al Sheikh. You know, you've got to give him his credit, haven't you? He can put these fights together, can't he? Yeah. Oh, not forgetting Spencer Brown here. We've all talked about Frank Warren, Eddie, and what about Spencer Brown? He's done a brilliant job. And he was the first man over there, and he's opened the doors with Tyson for the rest of these men to walk through. So big up Spencer Brown.
Yeah, 100% shout out to Spencer Brown.
He's done marvellous, and he's in the background. Nobody mentions him, but let me tell you, he's every bit, if not better, at promoting than all them guys. Than all of them. And he's been in it all his life, hasn't he? And it's proved it. Because on the biggest stage, he's been there and held his own. He's made all them big shots look small. So I'm giving credit to Spencer Brown. Turkey Al Sheikh, them two was at the beginning. Them two have opened all the doors. So good luck, boys. You've done us all proud. Spencer Brown, Turkey Al Sheikh. Where'd I go, boys?
Final one from me. Do you still have an interest to see Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, regardless of what happens?
Are you joking?
I'm asking.
Well, you're asking. Well, unless I take leave of my senses completely and say I don't, because that's what I'd have to be, took leave of my senses. I can see it happening, can you?
I mean, I think we all hope to see that.
That's what we want. There's two men, two behemoths going to collide again, but it all pans out in his next two fights. AJ's got to get rid of Ngannou, tough task. Tyson's got to get rid of Usyk, even tougher task. So let's just see where we go.
Fingers crossed. Look, John, I appreciate you giving us some of your time. Thanks for talking at Boxing Social. We will catch up soon.
Take care, buddy. All the best. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
God bless you.
We need to think of a new advert for freebets.com.
Get your best betting offers from freebets.com.
Yeah, that'll do.
The following deals are now live.